Hey everyone, so let's do a hands-on exercise on how the tokens are being counted in any of the large language model. Now here I am on the copilot.microsoft.com and similar interface like ChatGPT. All of these are using the large language model. So here you will see that I can basically get any of the model. So basically GPT-5 is what is being provided in the Copilot Microsoft.com. And if you say, for example, I type in any text in here, say, what is software testing? Okay. So how this whole sentence, what is software testing, is being broken first. So this is the prompt. I'm typing in some statement in here. So this will be tokenized. When we say tokenized, it will be broken into smaller chunks, and then token IDs will be, which is basically numerical representation of those tokens, and then the embeddings. So we'll understand all of that with the calculator or tokenizer available from the OpenAI. So I'll simply copy this text, okay, and I'll go to the tokenizer, which is OpenAI, available on OpenAI. I'll post these links as well. So here you will see that there are different models that you can choose, and for each model the calculator or calculation for the token might be different. Or for example, for the same sentence, GPT-4 might be calculating more tokens or considering more tokens, and these tokens are correlated with the, basically they cost you money. So when you are using any of the model, the amount of tokens or the amount of tokens that are being sent and the model that generates and you are getting the answer, that is also, for example, here if I say what is software testing, okay, first these tokens will be counted, whatever question you are asking, and the answer that you will get, whatever response you are getting, that is also counted as tokens, and this is in turn the amount of tokens that you are utilizing in any of the prompt. Okay, so let's simply go ahead and calculate. So I'll paste the text, what is software testing, and we'll go with the GPT-4o mini. So if I say straight away, as soon as you will see I have pasted, you will see that the characters have been counted, and this is 5 token statement. Each of the word you will see that it has been counted as 1 token, and question mark has been counted as another token. So overall 5 token, but not necessarily same word. Okay, so full word might not always be counted as 1 token. It might be broken. For example, soft and where might be counted as different token as well. If we talk about the token ID, so simply click on the token ID, and this is the numerical representation of those tokens. Okay, so this is how token and token IDs are counted for, say for example, this model. If I go with the GPT-4, GPT 3.5 and 4, again same number of tokens, not much difference. GPT-3 same. Okay, so if I go with the show example, you will see a statement being displayed here. It has all of the details. You will see many words map to 1 token, but some don't. For example, this word indivisible. Okay, so you'll see that int and then IV as another token and isable as another token, and then full stop and all of those are considered as separate tokens. So you'll see that in this whole sentence you will see 64 tokens, these many characters, even this number sequence is different tokens. Sequences, same word, right? It's not counted as single token. All right, but rule of thumb, as I mentioned, approximately 4 characters of text for a single token. That's rule of thumb for many large language models. Okay, so this is how token counting is being done, and the token IDs, numerical representation. Now what is embeddings? So if we talk about the embeddings, very good blog here, but don't go into too much detail of the embedding. I'll explain whatever is required from the software testing perspective anyway. So if we talk about the embeddings, we have talked about token, and then numerical representation is token ID. So you'll see that here, for example, for the token, whatever token we have got, so for this text, HTML coders are not considered programmers. Say for example, this is the statement. If I go and put in the calculator here, so 7 tokens are calculated, and these are the token IDs for this model. Okay, now here the model might be different, but that's why you see the token IDs are being different, right? So how the model calculates the tokens, the token IDs, that's the difference. But you got the token IDs. For example, we got these token IDs, and how then these are represented so that the logical correlation between the word, the context, all of that is being remembered is through the embedding vector. Okay, so what happens, the embedding are 153 dimensional vectors. Basically, if you'll see that each token ID is then converted into the vector. When we say vector, it will show you something like this. So if we go ahead with this diagram here, so for example, any related word will be represented together. So that's where embedding. So you have the token IDs, and then embeddings is how that token is related to other words or other related words. So that connection is established using the embeddings, which is a vector representation. All right, so that's the live example of the token calculation, okay, for any model, then the token IDs and the embeddings. If you want to get into too much detail, you can go ahead and read the blog, but from the software testing perspective, you don't need to get into too much detail of these topics. Only go into these details if you want to really build and understand these models in lot more depth. Thank you. See you in the next tutorial.